How's it going, everybody? My name is Jarret, and I work at this place called SECO, which is the Special Education Center of Hawaii, and I also make music and perform music.
So my name is Thadius. I am a chef at Silver Sword Cafe with Chef Scott Sagan.
So I was going to Farrington since I was about 6 or 7 years old. By the time I was 17, I was completely just doing whatever it is my friends were doing. I was making really bad decisions at the time. So when I had my oldest son, me and his mom were not together, and there was a bit of anger towards that situation, a bit of anger towards not being able to see him.
So I found Jesus in 2003. It was actually I was in OCCC. I got these new charges. They were I was actually looking at 35 to life at the time. So I ended up doing 3 years, 7 months. I came out on parole for 6 months, went back in for 6 years. And that was 2014. I finished my time. I actually was doing really good for about 3-4 years. That's when I met Chef Scott. But from there, I messed up at around 2018. From there, I got new charges. And on these new charges, they gave me probation, and because of this probation, I was going in and out.
My oldest son, when he was 1 year old, he got diagnosed with something called nephrotic syndrome, which at the time was like a 1 in whatever, like a million kind of chance to get. That was really challenging, not only for me as a 19-year-old dad, but like I was in a point where I was very, very mad at everybody.
I was in OCCC. I fell off. I was looking at new charges, and on this one, I basically was wanted to change the way that I taught young men inside. 3 gang leaders got together, and we decided to teach these young men love and no fighting. And what we did was we had Bible study. We did a daily devotion together. After this, about 4 or 5 months of it, one of my friends who was in a different gang, he was the leader, and he decided to want power and not Jesus. And he pushed me out by telling the guards that if I wasn't removed, that they were gonna kill me. They were worried about my life, so they threw me in the hole. And it was really hard because I was actually looking at 10 years, and the only way for me to have an opportunity with my family outside would have been to bail out or something to do with finishing my probation outside and showing that I can be a productive person in society. God found a way to have one of these guys who had never met before help me make money to bail me out. I went home and I cried and I prayed. And I got on my knees and I asked Jesus, I don't know what to do. What do you want me to do? And I was told to be still. I was told to be still and go to sleep.
Okay, so my son, he had this diagnosis. I was separated from his mom, and then I was losing everything in between all of these years, right? And it was just everything was used to bring me back to God. So that grew me instantly, right? So I just knew that I'm gonna have to walk through some things. And the more that I knew that, the closer I wanted to be with him, the more I wanted to read his word, the more I desired to have his presence with me. Not because it just came and fixed every problem that I ever had, not because I just won't have challenges ever again.
And that's all I did is I just, whatever you want me to do. And just kept telling me, be still. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call from Chef Scott Sagan, and he came and picked me up the next day, and he's the first guy when I maxed out in doing my 10-year sentence that taught me how to walk outside real life with Jesus Christ. And he actually opened a door for me to work at the Chaminade and St. Louis. I just believe Jesus he's in us, he's in me every day. Teaches me how to love my wife. I do not deserve to be a chef ever again. In 4.5, 5 months has done something so miraculous in my life that I just want to share the joy of it.
He just showed me more and more that if I have him, then I really have everything.